No clue. I don't know U.S. cities and states other than the big ones. In Ohio. All right. See you later. Woof. That's far.
Like, let's do mic test, mic test.
See the see. Oh, I guess we're going back. So I didn't mean to step on.
Wow.
Everyone in Discord can hear us, I think. Everybody, thank you for coming. We do appreciate it. It's the first one of the term, so we're trying to set it up right. And again, it's going to be the same format as last time, bi-weekly meetings every other Wednesday. We appreciate all you guys for coming out. Kind of started off. My name is Nathan. For those of you who haven't been here before or might not know me, I'm the president of the club. This is Jamal. He's our vice president. So we're the two guys that kind of run the ship. We have a few of our members up here as well. So we are appreciative of you guys coming out. Today we're going to be, I'm going to hand it over to Jabril very shortly, but I just want to start it off by kind of introducing the club, what we do, and kind of what we have coming up. For those of you who have already been here, you kind of already aware this the structure. Student Information Security Club. We talk about the news of what's going on within the InfoSec world. We get guest speakers. This week we don't, because it's the first one. We figured to take it easy, but in future settings we do have guest speakers, which are like industry professionals, like people who actually work in the career we're looking to work in as well. And they just kind of present whatever they feel like. We had anywhere from, talking about a recent breach that someone saw at their company. We've had co-op panels where people come in and talk about what they did to set up their co-op and what they've done in those co-ops. And then we've also even had just someone come with a lock set and teach us how to pick locks, because that's part of the world we're going to work in. So a lot of cool things. This is kind of the primary feature throughout the year. But that being said, we also host the Capture the Flag event. As you don't know, Capture the Flag events are just hackathons essentially, where our team, our CTF devs, Yasser and team, they do build challenges, and we host an event in February this year that will essentially allow students from all over Canada to come in and participate in those challenges for like prizes and stuff like that. To kind of further that, like, these events are pretty important because we have a lot of sponsors that do fund the event and come to the event, and a lot of them are looking for students who are like prospect hires. So it's a very good thing to come out to. Again, that's in February. We'll post some more details in the Discord as it gets closer for like registration, all that kind of stuff. But that's kind of the big culminating of ISSessions in the public eye. So kind of give you a heads up as to what the big thing is. It's that. This year we were fortunate enough to get it at a pretty cool place. It's going to be at KPMG, which didn't happen last year. So we think it's pretty cool. It's like 43rd floor in downtown Toronto or something like that. It's pretty sweet. If anyone went to or has seen anything from CyberSci, which is an event that just happened in November, it's that place. So super cool. It'll be very fun. More details will come, but I appreciate all you guys for coming out, and I hope you get something out of the club and keep seeing you guys come back. Because there's the first one as well, if any of you guys are in your classes, spreading the word is great. The more people we have, the more opportunities those people who do come have. Because again, I think every single guest, even when I wasn't the president, every single guest that came, I have on LinkedIn. So like even just that is worth it in and of itself, and especially in this kind of field. So yeah, if you guys continue to come, I'm sure it'll benefit you in some way. You get your CCR hours, which are the Sheridan's like extracurricular hours for just being here at these meetings. So it's definitely beneficial, and we do appreciate you guys coming out. We help you, you help yourself by coming. So it's pretty fun to do and pretty fun to come to. I think you learn a lot, you get a lot of experience and everything like that. So do you have anything to say?
Yeah, just another thank you guys for coming out. I love when we see a huge turnout. Some familiar faces, some new people as well. So if I have not seen you at the club before, if you're new here, like Nathan said, thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. And just to add one little tidbit about the event for the CTF. So I don't know if you guys have watched Suits or heard of the show Suits. The KPMG office downtown Toronto is where Suits was shot. So if you want to be, you know, in the same place that every day walk with orders and suits, you literally walk into the foyer and it is the same place that you walk. So it is going to be there. There is, and we'll give more details as the event comes closer. It is very soon, so we'll be posting information very shortly. But there are thousands of dollars of prizes. There's tons of subscriptions for like try hack me's, hack the boxes and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that you can win, even not from like doing like super well with CTF. You have write-up challenges, so at the end of the CTF, you can actually write what challenges you enjoy, your thoughts on certain challenges, and if it's a good write-up, you can also win a prize for that too. So one thing I want to say for anybody that's first year or second year, one sec, go. For anybody that's first year or second year, please do not be intimidated by like the thought of a hackathon. Myself and Nathan went basically sort of in our first year, and I'm not even joking. We literally didn't know how to do anything, but we still were like in like 11th or 10th place out of like 55. So you can figure it out. It is really fun, and just for the getting the experience itself, it's invaluable. On top of the fact that you're gonna make like tons of connections from huge sponsors that we have for the event, which we'll give more info about soon. So, anyways, that's all I gotta say. We'll talk about more. Thank you guys for coming out. There is a little challenge after the break, so I'm excited to do that with you guys. For anybody that has not experienced like a CTF style challenge before, this would be a good like dipping your foot in the water. So,
Yeah.
without further ado,
It's sorry.
Yeah,
I totally killed you without further
No, you're
ado.
good.
When it comes to it, like there's intermediate challenges. So there are challenges that are hard, but there's also challenges that are meant to be relatively easy. So even if like you literally just come and attempt things, you're already one step ahead of other people that aren't learning these things. You might come away with a challenge, try a challenge, then afterwards, you know, man, that was a hard challenge. And then you read the write-ups that get submitted, and it kind of helps you develop that with that experience of what was that person doing. I tried that, it didn't work, but here's an outlook on how you could do that. That's pretty much how we're going to be doing our jobs. Like we've universally got that kind of repeated to us from like people who do work in the places we're trying to go to. So it's a great help. Joel,
On the write-up side of it, even if you don't get the challenge, the write-up is your thought process. Even if it doesn't win a prize, you can document what you did on something, and you can go back and look at it. It's like, hey, I was on the right track. And then when you compare it to what someone else did, you go, you just missed that one little thing, and then you know for next time. And honestly, I would say, even if you didn't finish the challenge or crack the challenge, doing a write-up of what you did as a first year is going to be better than like not doing anything at all. Because I would say there's a chance for that too, right? For sure.
yeah, for like kind of jump off that, like there is like a lot that can be benefited from that. Like even if you just try hack me's and like hack the boxes, all these things you're going to be using, like it's similar to that in a sense that you can try it and learn from that experience. And I have a ton of write-ups from like hack the boxes that I had no idea what to do and I never figured it out. But at least just documenting that thought process, when I do figure out or learn something that could build off that, I can refer to where I was before. So we are going to kind of continue into it. I'm going to hand it off to Jabril. He's kind of the person who organizes this stuff, but just very, very quickly to go over like how these work and like what ISSessions is. Again, like I said, we usually start at around 7 o'clock, 7:05. When we do a news roundup, so we have a team of people that are content creators content devs. They, you know, scavenge the internet, see what's cool and relevant to our field, and they upload them. So they're all going to present their parts of it. Then we usually sometimes have like a middle section, which is kind of like one of the members of the team or even yourselves kind of reached out to us to present something they found cool. We've had probably some of the best things done in that section from students. Adam's not here, but Adam's a fantastic guy. He did one of these and it was probably my favorite thing so far. So then we go on a break, and in that break you get your CCR code and we upload the form. So if you are attending, whether it's online or in person, please make sure to fill that out, because that is what we fill out to submit to Sheridan to give you your extracurricular hours, which helps you with bursaries, you know, resume building, all that kind of stuff. And then we have like the end section, which is where that says attention mission brief. That is the open area for like our guest speakers. In this case, Jamal is our guest speaker today, so great, you already know him. That saves us 5 minutes on his introduction earlier. So yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, I already kind of mentioned it. You can attend in person or online. Both benefit you. We think in person's a little more fun, more engaging. But if you ever can't come into person, don't worry, you can join from online. I personally will have a job, so I won't be able to come to everyone. So yeah, we're hoping that we can build this and have another good turn like we did last time. So without further ado, 𝙰𝚃𝚃𝙴𝙽𝚃𝙸𝙾𝙽 can take over for us and get us into it.
Thanks, Nate.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Nate and Jamal, for the beautiful introduction. Thanks, everybody, for coming today. So you guys kind of got the gist of the idea of the ISSessions in the club from Nate and Jamal. So I'm just going to get straight into our event without further ado. Yeah, so we're going to do a news roundup. We have some pretty cool stories today. Then we're going to have a middle segment by our Chrono, our guy, and he's going to do a real cool talk about Perplexity AI, which is a cool new software. Then we're going to take a quick break, get into our CTF with Jamal, which is going to be a sample for what we're doing next month. And then, yeah, that's going to be it. After a lot of guys usually go across the street to Mahonigan's to get some dinner, chat, network, get to meet people. It's a real cool way to network and get to know people further. So that's also a cool idea if you guys have the time. So I'm going to start us off with 𝙰𝚃𝚃𝚃𝙴𝙽𝚃𝙸𝙾𝙽. So 𝙰𝚃𝚃𝚃𝚃𝙃 is a remote Trojan malware, remote access Trojan that's hitting certain Chinese branded DVR devices and webcams. So by Chinese branded, I mean like manufactured in China. So there's hundreds of companies out there that also use basically something that's called white branded, which they'll get the hardware from China, then they'll take it in themselves and rebrand it, maybe change it up a bit, and then put it out on the market themselves. So this investigation by the researchers started by looking into old routers that were at the end of life that were hanging around on the internet, specifically with pharmaceutical companies, big banks in the United States. So they found a version of 𝙰𝚃𝚃𝚃𝚃𝚃 that was lurking around on those routers, and then found that a similar remote access Trojan is hanging around on these DVRs and webcams that are on the internet. So this was also found in the United States, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and the UK. So people aren't really alarmed about it because it's not like attacking you in a way that's financial right away or something of that nature. However, it's something that researchers believe can be developed further and used in further like future ransomware attacks and attacks of that nature. So 𝙰𝚃𝚃𝚃𝚃𝚃 is actually a really big thing right now, and it's evolving. So we had 𝙰𝚃𝚃𝚃𝚃 1, 2, 2.5 right now. Yeah. So essentially, this 𝙰𝚃𝚃𝚃𝚃, how it works is it uses a scanning tool called Ingram, which I never heard of before I did this research. And it uses a brute force login brute forcing tool, which is a Kali Linux tool called Medusa. So it attacks these webcams and DVRs and old routers that are on the internet with known flaws that are well known, and focuses on specific TCP ports such as 23, 26, 554 to gain a foothold in these networks. So it's not that when they get the foothold, that's exactly what they want to do. They want to get the foothold in the network. It's not necessarily that they want to access your webcam and watch you, but they want to use it to pivot in these networks, especially with these big pharmaceutical companies or even medium-sized enterprises. That's why, like I said earlier, it was known as an espionage tool that was used by the Chinese government. So the FBI now is suggesting that these medium and large-sized enterprises isolate these webcams, update firmware on these end-of-life webcams, DVRs, routers, or just plain get rid of them and get an upgrade. Also, for these medium and large-sized enterprises to spend some money and get a VLAN so that they can use it internally and it's not facing towards the internet. Yeah, so the bottom line is I just wanted to update everybody on this. It's a huge cybersecurity news story that's going around right now, so that you're up to date on what's going on with this specific remote access Trojan. Yeah, and I'm going to hand it over to, I believe, Hussein.
All right, guys. So today I'm going to be discussing a cybersecurity incident involving Microsoft and its Azure OpenAI service, which will kind of shape AI security in the future. So in December of 2024, Microsoft filed a lawsuit against a group of foreign hackers who exploited its Azure OpenAI service. The hackers managed to bypass the security protocols Microsoft has in place in order to generate harmful content that would normally be blocked by tools like ChatGPT or DALL-E. So how it happened was the hackers were scraping public websites in search of customer API keys. And they then generated some custom software tools to bypass Microsoft's security features, which allowed them to manipulate what the AI can and cannot do. So this let them generate harmful content, including thousands of images, which would normally violate Microsoft's policy. And the threat actors didn't stop there. They actually sold their tools and provided instructions on how to exploit these AI services to other hackers. So the suspicious activity was originally detected in July of 2024 during a Microsoft review of irregular API usage. And Microsoft took immediate action by revoking their access and starting legal action against the hackers. And as part of this legal action, they actually got a court order to seize the domain 𝙰𝚃𝚃𝙴𝙽, which was linked to the criminal operation. So this really highlights kind of AI security and how it's going to be shaped moving forward. And it also brings to light, some of the strategies we can do to prevent something like this in the future. First would be rigorous API key management. So API keys should be rotated regularly, and they shouldn't just be stored in plain text and easy to be scraped off the web. And people should also monitor the way their APIs are being used and should check for random surges in their API usage. So to wrap things off, this Microsoft Azure OpenAI incident reminds us that even AI can have kind of a rough day at the office. And yeah, let's make sure that we're the cybersecurity team that keeps things running smoothly and securely in the future. So thanks for listening.
Hello, everybody. Everybody doing well in the second week of classes. I haven't been on campus doing classes for a while, so it's nice to be back on campus. I don't know about you guys, but today I'll just be talking about a couple of things. This one is about malware campaign on YouTube. So I don't know if you guys have ever tried to download like crack software when you were a kid and like look up like how to download like Adobe, like Photoshop, activation server, clicking all these things. Well, a couple threat actors actually decided to do a new way of exploiting the malware. So basically what would happen is they would post a video it would say like, Adobe Lightroom 2024 crack patch software, whatever, all the, keywords that you need. And basically to download the program, it's either in a comment or in the YouTube description. And when they say click this link, you get redirected to usually a YouTube community comment, which is like a page on YouTubers' pages that would like have community posts. So it gets redirected to the community post, and then inside the community post, there's a password protected file that links, and it's using a short URL, like tiny URL, and it links to stuff like Mediafire or Mega, which is a very well-known hosting site. And the files that are on there are also encrypted. And because it's a well-known site, it's a lot harder for them to recognize the malwares on the site. So obviously they do get taken down eventually, but the article that I found, you can't even see because the picture is so small, but this one is not the same video from this one. This is a different video. I found this video today. It's completely different video, different channel uploader, all fake comments in it. It's all like, oh, great. Thanks for the help, bro. You really got this software for me. And they're all the same. There's no likes on them. You can totally tell it's all filled with bot comments. And
antivirus files are completely
exactly. Yeah, please remove your antivirus to download this software. Yeah, that sounds correct. Sure. So basically what it was you were downloading an info stealer, which was it was called Luma info stealer, and it would target stuff like save passwords and crypto wallet passwords as well. You could also get Steam and Discord tokens. You could take it could take screenshots of your desktop. all without you knowing. So definitely, if you're going to be downloading crack software, maybe don't download it off YouTube. Maybe do a little more research before you download that stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is a really small one, but just make sure you guys are aware with what you guys are downloading on the internet. And yeah, that's the one that I have for the article, but I'm also doing the middle segment. So I'm just going to swap the presentation here. If it wants to load, which it was. Sorry, guys. Oh, stream link on the YouTube, yeah, or on Discord. Give me a second, please. So I don't know if you guys have heard about this service called Perplexity, but this is what I'm basically talking about. And at the end, we'll do a little demo if you guys are interested. But basically, Perplexity is a service that you can use online. It's like a GPT or like Gemini software, but it's not just the AI. You're also looking on the internet. So you're asking it a natural language question, and let me press the next here. You're asking it natural language questions, and you're getting a natural language answer. Sorry, I didn't realize this was going to be so small. You guys can read that, or is it? Okay, great. So it's basically just like a search engine like Google. I used to use Google all the time for all my stuff. Like on my phone, I have like the Google search bar, right? I use Google all the time. But since using Perplexity, I get rid of almost all my Google stuff. I use Perplexity almost exclusively. I use Google search for a few things, but if I want a specific answer for a specific topic, I want it in like right away. I don't want to have to look through like websites and like look through like 9 sources and then read all the sources and then compile it in my head. And then this is what I learned. You ask the question, you get the answer. And it's very helpful because you can look for stuff that's very niche and very small. So imagine you found a tool on GitHub that doesn't have any documentation. You want to know how to use it. Well, you just submit the link to Perplexity and you ask it how to use it, and it tells you how to use it, analyzes the code, tells you how to run it, how to configure it, whatever you want. It searches basically everything you want. So I have a few explanations about how it works, technical and non-technical, for different people in this room. But basically, you're basically just querying a language model. That's all it is, right? And you pick which language model you want to query. You can use GPT, you can use Gemini, Grok, you can use their own AI. They have their own specific AI trained on Llama's Meta. They call it Sonar. They have a couple huge versions of them. They have a 70 billion parameter one and a 500 or 400 billion parameter one, which if I ever need a really specific answer, I usually use the huge, like Sonar Huge, because it's very clear and concise. And then you also get sources and like footnotes within each answer. So if it says like, oh, this is the answer, this one will have an inline source, and you can click that source, you can read that source, you can see where it's from. It just basically takes all of like the searching out of researching. You can just basically ask the question, get the answer. It's very helpful for me. And like I said, there's a non-technical explanation. You can talk to it like I'm talking to you guys, just normal conversation, and you get a normal answer back. It's honestly helpful for everything. I use it for not just my school stuff. I use it for my personal life, use it for maybe I'm cooking with food and I don't know how to make the food, like maybe I'm making ramen. I don't know how to make the sauce thicker. I can look up like thickening agents and it tells me how to do this, and I can look up anything you want, literally anything you want. And it summarizes it in a very direct, display. Last one, 2 more. Yeah, so like I said, you can pick from various LLMs. I listed most of them already, but I think what they have on their service right now is about 7 LLMs, and they have about 4 image generation softwares as well. They use Flux, which is a really good image generation software. They have DALL-E as well. I'm forgetting the other 2, but they're really, really nice. I use them all the time. And you can also add stuff to it, right? So if you want to search, for something on the internet, but you also have a source for it, you can give it to a PDF. You can give it whatever you want. It'll read that source. It'll remember it. You can ask it more questions, more context. And if you don't know how to ask questions to it, it gives you prompts of suggested questions. So you don't even have to do the research if you don't even want. The questions are there. They tell you what to ask. So honestly, I really like this software. It's really amazing, and yeah, it's efficient, it's reliable, it's conversational, and it's very versatile. And even though I talked about a lot of features here, there are still even more that I have not. And the best way to experience all these is to just try it yourself. So I can do a demo if you guys are interested. Otherwise, we can switch to the cool. Okay, I guess we'll do the demo then. Yeah, I only type P and I get perplexity. That's how much I use it. Or I type P and I get perplexity. So you can ask anything. You can ask anything you want. For example, like I was trying to get this presentation that I was showing on Markdown. I was trying to get it to convert to PowerPoint because I was having some issues. But I found a GitHub, MD to PPTX, and I had some issues. And I realized, oh well, I don't have Python PPTX installed. How was I supposed to know that I needed that? Unless I read the source code, right? Then I can see what to install. You can give it errors. You can tell it like how to fix it. It's really amazing. It's honestly, I can use it for math. I can use it for school, real life, whatever it is. Honestly, it's fantastic. You can see at the bottom here, there's the prompts. So these are the ones they suggest to you. So like you have more questions to ask. Like for example, I was asking about why is it dropping, like for this. So I was installing Cairo, and it was telling me that it dropped the C here. It put arrow SVG instead of Cairo SVG. So I'm like, well, I didn't install arrow SVG. What the heck is this? So I looked around and it said, yeah, so in your Python script location, there was some missing or improperly installed applications. So I found it and I deleted it, and then I went to reinstall it and it worked right away. I would not have found that. I would have had to search on the internet for like 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes to figure out why this isn't working properly. And they just gave me the answer in like 2 seconds. If I don't like how this is written, I can rewrite it using a different AI, right? So here we can see there's Claude, this is their sonar, GPT-4o, this is their smaller sonar. They have another 4o. Oh no, I scrolled up. Grok 2, and then they also have, this is for Pro. I do have Pro because I have Uber One and they gave me a Perplexity year for free. But when you do have Perplexity Pro, you get a lot more access to some of the nicer models like O1. Unfortunately for these guys, you only get 10 uses of it per day, but it's still really helpful. For example, I was asking it to help me explain math, and it used O1 and it took about 10-15 minutes to respond. And I was learning elliptic curves in math. I had no idea what was going on. And I read this and I made all the notes and I understand what's going on now. So it's as simple as that. Like you just try it, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. But if it actually works for you, it's a really powerful tool. No, I had Angelina actually, but and then for example, like this, I wanted to do one of the questions in Python. I didn't know how to use ECUtils. So it showed me how to use ECUtils and what to call properly and how to use the code and all that stuff. I would have been sitting in class for like 3 hours trying to figure out how to get this to work. It's a very small library that is very specific. Why would I know how it works? So there are many use cases for this, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation, but that was pretty much it for me. So I guess we'll swap to the break. Perfect. Yo, yeah, sure. 100%.
So for everybody that's new here, not sure if it might be here, but we're gonna post the Google or Jabril, or I think your Jibs on the Discord. He's gonna post the Google form link. Just go to that Google form and answer the questions. It asks you for the CCR key. It's that right there. We ask that nobody share the key. I know like sometimes it's like, oh, but you'll just send me the key. We ask you don't. I'm not gonna check your phone. But again, this is for the people that are attending the meeting, whether it's online or in person. Just enter this code, because then it registers your extracurricular hours. So if you do that, it'd be great. But other than that, we'll do that in like 10-minute break.
Perfect.
That's good. Then you get it. That's all. Very cool. Everything about our meeting.
Actually, coming up with an offer. Yeah, right. You know what I don't think
Hello, welcome back, online people. We're gonna start back up now. Okay, everybody, we're back. It's gonna be Jamal's section, but I forgot to say something earlier. I feel like I talked a lot and just ended up forgetting things. If you guys ever need anything, we're super approachable. Our name's on the Discord. Mine's like right at the top. President Nathan. His is right at the top. Vice President Torimoshi. Like if you guys have anything or need anything, just reach out to us. Whether it's about ISSessions or literally about your classes, we're happy to help in any way we can. I have no answers for you when you get to cryptology. So if you're looking for help there, sorry, don't even like. You can still message me. I'll just laugh. You'll just get an LOL back. But yeah, if you need anything, just message us. Like we're super friendly. I'm on like my phone and computer all day, so just hit us up. Without further ado, I'm gonna pass it off to Jamal.
Thank you guys. So I'm very excited to share with you guys some information that has not been made public yet, and kind of go over the upcoming CTF for 2025. So you guys are going to be the first people to hear it. Everybody online, everybody in this room, I'm super excited to share that with you. I've put together a little bit of like an intro scenario for the CTF, kind of to set the tone, to set the theme. And like I mentioned, to give you guys a little taste of CTF challenges, I would just like to add a caveat that I am not like the greatest CTF challenge developer on earth. And the challenge that I made may or may not be working 100%. So part of the funds will be making sure that they work. So bonus points if you find any problems. And more so, I just hope that you enjoy the process and the fun that we've put into it so far. Now I get to say it without further ado. Jump into it. Okay. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna switch it up now. You guys are all agents, so get into the theme, get into the headspace. This is the introduction to the Black Hat Bureau CTF. This is our 2025 hackathon. CTF challenge, however you want to call it, whatever's easier for you. We are calling it a CTF. So agents, I have information to share with you. We have received knowledge that a shadow group known as the Black Hat Bureau has successfully infiltrated our unnamed government agency. We have some case files, we have some information, we have some challenges and some training missions to help you guys get into the headspace of taking down these horrible, horrible criminals that I do not like. So, mission brief. Several months ago, unusual network traffic and data breaches began appearing on our federal government agency systems. Small anomalies at first, just like weird things that were popping up and breaches and little artifacts that got left behind. But over time, it kind of got worse, and we started to notice a coordinated effort. We did some forensic analysis at our team, and we revealed traces of unauthorized access points from unknown threat actors. Intelligence reports suggest that these hackers align with a shadow organization known as the Black Hat Bureau. So, activity was contained to low-level networks, but it became quickly clear that the attackers were probing our most sensitive infrastructures, and alarm bells were raised, initializing a nationwide investigation. It's serious stuff, guys. So, shortly after infiltration signs were confirmed, multiple sudden failures occurred across the national power grid. There was no power. Citywide outages lasted several days, causing massive disruption to critical services. Investigations showed that the Black Hat Bureau exploited unpatched vulnerabilities in the grid's SCADA systems. They inserted malicious code that triggered chain reactions of the system failures. Hospitals, public transportation, and communications were severely impacted. The power grid takedown exposed our current cybersecurity weakness and raised concerns about the extent of infiltration within our federal agency. Agents, this is unacceptable. For our power grid to go down nationally, what are we doing? Okay, we need to step it up a little bit. So, what is their goal? It looks like their goal, from what we can discover from the information they've left behind, is that they would like to destabilize the global economy. Now, for me, I wouldn't mind that because I would love to buy a house. And I think that would bring the price of housing down a little bit, but let's not get into that right now. But they appear poised to for a new strike that could dwarf the Great Power Takedown. So, let's get into it. Your objective: identify the infiltrators, determine which high-level officials are working with the Black Hat Bureau. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reason to believe that amongst our ranks, there are several infiltrators. We do not know who they are currently. We do have a list of potential agents that may be working behind the scenes, but it is your responsibility to figure out who they are and hopefully arrest them, because I don't want them taken down. Next thing, prevent the next attack. So analyze the gathered intel and the challenges, which will be your CTF tasks, to stop further disruptions to critical infrastructure and to gather evidence. So compile irrefutable proof of wrongdoing to dismantle the Bureau from the inside. So, just for a quick peek, for those of you who have never seen a CTF challenge before, CTF challenges are usually divided into different groups. So programming, cryptography, crypto. There's OSINT challenges, web challenges, code challenges, and programming challenges as well. But this is kind of like a sneak peek of what your dashboard is going to look like on the actual day of the CTF. You'll click a challenge, a window will pop up with some information. Very vague usually, it's not there to be helpful, it's just there to give you the information, maybe a potential hint, and you will go in and see if you can solve the challenge. So this is kind of what it will look like. Basically, what I'm going to be doing with you guys today is just giving you the content that is inside one of these, and then seeing if you guys can get the answer correct. Okay? So, action plan. For the actual CTF, you need team coordination, time sensitivity, as the event is only 2 days. And honestly, if there's one thing you can take away from this, just have fun. The most important thing that I want you guys to be at the CTF is to have fun. We're going to be downtown. Suits was filmed, KPMG, a bajillion sponsors, tons of money, lots of prizes, and an opportunity for you all to make a name for yourself. We're all cybersecurity students. We're all eventually going to be looking for a job. We're all eventually going to be looking for a co-op. I can say undoubtedly my involvement in this club and all the connections that I've made with sponsors and people from industry is the reason why I've been able to be so successful so far. So please take an opportunity to come out to the CTF if that's something that you have the time to do, and we'll obviously post more information as we go closer to the date. So let me just pause. Oh, is it still playing music?
Yeah, that was like 2 songs.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know, where's the other one?
It was a sick remix. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can't lose it, you know.
It's a slideshow.
Right. Okay. Guys, this video that I made is
Perfect.
Yes, okay.
In their
So-
most brazen attack yet, they've taken
Down a power grid and are plotting to destabilize the global economy. Their mission doesn't stop there. It's up to you to stop them before they unleash their next strike. Before you can join the fight, you must prove your worth. We've designed 4 challenges to simulate real-world scenarios you may face in the field. Each challenge will test a different aspect of your training. This is not just a test. This is your initiation into a battle that could define the future of cybersecurity. Are you ready?
So thank you so much for that. If you guys have never seen Sora's video generation before, well, that is it. So horrifying, but that's the worst it's ever going to be. So thank you guys.
in their most brazen
Hope you enjoyed that one. So without further ado, let me get the lights back on, and then we will begin the challenges. So I'm going to post a zip folder in stream questions. Okay. Your first challenge starts there. Okay. guys, I posted the zip file, or I think it's actually a RAR file, but whatever. You guys can figure it out. That's part of the challenge, okay? Some people have never seen that before. You got to learn, right? Some people still use WinRAR, all right? I do. Thank you. I'll never pay for it either. So, just for context, guys, there are 3 challenges within the zip file. Your first challenge is to actually get into the zip or the RAR file. So I'm not telling you what the password is, but if you can't figure this out, I don't know, maybe, I'm not gonna say that. That's mean. You can all figure it out. It's very. Once you get in, there's 3 folders: challenge 1, challenge 2, challenge 3. I will say that challenge, just because it's a little bit vague, you need to finish challenge 2 in order to do challenge 3. You can go into the challenge 3 folder, but if you don't finish challenge 2, you can't do challenge 3. That's the only hint that I will give. In terms of checking to see if you guys have gotten the correct answer, just put up your hand or just call me when you think you got it, and I'll come verify that you have it. There's no way to enter the key into the folder. So nice. Yeah, just let me know. I will come verify if you've got it right. If you do manage to solve all 3 technically 4 challenges before 8:30, you will get a prize, which I will tell you after. So good luck. Please ask questions. The whole point of this is that you can work together, have fun. A lot of you may have never done stuff like this before, and that's okay. So if you feel like it's a dumb question, it's not. Just ask me, and I'll be more than happy to come around and help you guys out.
Yeah, I was actually asking that because my computer's up. I have an Android. Me too.
No. Yes. Actually, yes. You could technically. It would be such a pain in the ass, but you could technically.
There. So I hate to make me down.
Challenge number 1.
Find who tells me I hope you know what you're so
How would I that's too easy. Okay. Hackers don't use zip files, man. They use commerce and I thought I'd switch it up a little bit.
If we want to put anything else up on the screen,
You can just put the camera on feed up. I'll put on some music for everybody.
What do you mean? I mean, we're all right.
Well, yeah, I was.
Stop challenge 1.
Not reading. I did this like an hour. That's very fun. You're not even ready. Oh, what? Oh, I thought you were already moving.
It's just like cause topic of discussion.
They're still not to
I already solved it 3 years ago. Yeah. Just get with the program.
Yeah, no, I swear to God, literally, like,
So hard instead of hard.
No, so we're doing a little CTF challenge for people that would CTF. It's okay. You guys had to make it. So the actual CTF will be February 8th.
I'm trying my best.
We're gonna post all the information soon. Just wanted to make it a great answer for what you're doing. That's the whole it's been all the time to the official. That's the actual story. Sounds good.
I know, me too. We're all trying. Yeah.
I have the.
Oh fuck! Let me get my charger.
It's probably a good idea.
Gonna try mine.
You get into the bar problem. You won't give it to him.
Yeah, he won't give it to him. It's the
Bro,
pressure,
if you cannot figure out that you can
bro. Then there's a problem.
there's a problem.
Yeah.
You could figure out the no, I don't want to even tell you.
Thanks.
But we some next level like Apple like.
Literally don't overthink.
I've been talking to myself for a little bit. So to our YouTube and Discord people, we're going to be ending soon. But thank you so much for participating. If you want to see how the challenges are done, I will post the solutions very shortly. You can kill the stream.
It's a bit severe, bro.
Okay.